Okay, One Piece chapter 533. I can get down with this one, man. I can get down with this one. As we all know, Luffy and the others, they're going further and further down, Impel Down. They're currently on level 3, falling towards level 4. And so when the chapter opens up like that, you got, Luffy with Mr. 2 and Mr. 3. They're kind of, having like the bickering session with Buggy and... you see everything going on, and you got Luffy saying, it must have been my punch that made us fall down. Mr. 3 is like, no, it's my wax candle. Buggy is like, it must have been my buggy ball. You have all that going on. Mr. 2 gets in, does this little ballerina thing, starts spinning around. And I love how he just injects this good bit of comedy in there. He says, you know what the old saying says. If you can clear your mind of all mundane thoughts, you can put on women's clothing. And I'm like, holy shit, man. Like, I don't know what Oda's trying to say here, because, obviously, Mr. 2, drag queen, he wants to actually save, like, the super drag queen. Like, I'm not sure where Oda's taking this one, man, but I'm totally loving it. And what I'm really loving about this whole thing right here is Oda's using the tension and the comedy to get us ready for what's going to happen at the end of the chapter. Luffy's going to run into the Venom fruit. He's going to run into the Warden. And all sprinkled throughout this chapter, you're getting bits of the comedy in there. You're finding out that we are going to have Ace be executed at 3 o'clock the next day. Boa Hancock's just like, Luffy, my love, please make it out. Please be safe. Don't do anything rash. Boa Hancock, she's thinking with her panties, right? Like, at this point, she could smell Luffy's boner and find her way to it. Like she could smell the pre-cum on Luffy's penis and find her way to that. So there's nothing on that. Like, I would love to see her and Sanji interact, because that would be fucking hilarious. Because Sanji could find Nami's panties off of the scent. She can find Luffy's. I mean, So I love to see those two interact. I can't wait till she joins the crew. But the other thing that I'm really digging about this chapter is, as they go further down, you have the Warden. He's just sitting there on his chair. He's just like, where the hell are they? And, they got Sadie there. You got the Under Warden. They got all the exits blocked. They're waiting for Luffy. It's really smart. And I like how we get this brief glimpse of Mr. 1. And it's making me think like Luffy is going to team up with Baroque Works. So that tells me, like, in a way, Oda's saying if Luffy would have been a criminal, if Luffy would have been like a real pirate, like, guess you could say he and the rest of the Straw Hats, they're pretending to be pirates. Because I think it was Kid who was the one going through pillaging villages and everything. Like, that's what Luffy should have did. If he was going to be a traditional pirate. And what I love about this is it's showing, like, if Luffy was a bad pirate, he would have ran Baroque Works. He would have ran it, and they would have been on all types of fucking adventures, wacky stuff. You're seeing that play out now. So I think that's pretty cool. And just saying pretty cool, or speaking of pretty cool, I love how my theory is just blown the fuck up. I thought Whitebeard and Shanks and the rest of the 4 Emperors had teamed up for an alliance. I'm thinking we're about to get a fucking war arc. I'm getting super excited because, they say activity going on. Looks like maybe Whitebeard is just coming with his pirates, and it's not going to be Shanks. There's no allies going on. That movement, that chatter that they're talking about, apparently Shanks stepped in and stopped Kaido from trying to make an attempt on Whitebeard's life. So that tells me that Shanks is doing his own thing. I think Shanks realizes that, Whitebeard, he's triggered, he's doing whatever the hell he's doing, he's staying the hell out. And the 4 Emperors, they're not going to be allying. I thought that'd be really cool, but that's not going to happen. There's egos. So maybe it's a thing like a territory thing, like Kaido's looking like, oh, Whitebeard's distracted, I can kill him, take over his territory. Now I will have had, half of the new world, because there are 4 Emperors. You split up into 4 sections. So, I mean, it was a power play. And so I really want to know if Oda's going to show us that fight off screen. Or, not off screen, but show us that fight, kind of switch over to it. But at the same time, you don't want to pull too much attention away from what Luffy's attempting to do with Ace. And just speaking of that, the diagram that shows, how the stairs are here and then to level 5's down here, I thought that was pretty cool. And I like how when Luffy gets down on there, he doesn't fall into that huge ass pond. And like the Warden says, if Luffy and them fall in there, the devil fruits will cause him to sink. But what I really like about that is the fact that Luffy automatically says, what's that? And he goes straight towards the kitchen. And Oda dropped a hint here. I think Luffy's gonna get his ass kicked here the first time. And the reason why is Luffy's hungry. He's used Gear 3. He was just trying to eat, I think, a couple chapters ago or last chapter. And Luffy's trying to go to the kitchen. He says, after I get some food in me, I'll be ready for whatever. And just before he gets there, the warden drops in and Luffy, it's just like he gets this Aurelie on, right? You know, Aurelie likes to play with poop and everything. If you don't know who Aurelie is a character from Dr. Slump that Akira Toriyama created before he did Dragon Ball. Dr. Slump was really, really popular in Japan, and she's got a thing with poop. So, I like how Luffy says, wow, what's this steaming hot poop right here? And this is after Luffy and the others were commenting on how hot it is. So for him to see the type of poop there, and we know with the warden, you know, he's got like the super crazy diarrhea. It'd be so hilarious if when Luffy in this warden fight, all of a sudden, he has like a diarrhea problem and he has to run off to the bathroom. And that'd be pretty hilarious to kind of see that. But, you know, I don't think Oda would kind of do that. But I think the time is starting to match up, too. If he has a diarrhea thing, I think he has diarrhea for 18 hours. So I think that would kind of happen. And the underwarden, you know, he really reminds me of somebody I used to work with when I used to work retail. I was working retail through college, and yeah, this one dude, he was always plotting and scheming in order to try and take one of our team leaders' positions. And so that kind of reminds me of that, because it's just like, yeah, I can't wait till I have that chair. It's going to be a lot smaller, though. And the warden says, look, dude, shut the fudge up. Shut up. I like enclosed spaces. And of course he would. He's always in the fucking toilet. So I thought that was pretty cool, man. But my chapter question to you guys is on a scale from 1 to 10, when the warden dropped down and cut off Luffy's path, how much shit did you think he was in? How bad, how deep was Luffy in this? I have a very sneaking suspicion if Luffy doesn't one-shot this guy, that we're going to see a situation where there's a gag element. But that's just my, prognostication. But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, share. Thank you so much for watching the video, guys. Have an awesome day.